Every day in many companies, there is an enormous flood of paper from data storage media that is no longer needed. Powerful large shredders, such as the VZ1700 and VZM17 ensure that this material can be shredded economically and in accordance with the requirements of data protection law. They have a generous working capacity of 600 to 800 kilograms per hour. The concept: continuous intake of material from a conveyor belt, powerful shredding, data protection shredding in the security shredding unit. The M stands for magnetic iron separator, which is important when shredding office folders. Typical applications for these powerful large-scale shredders: dissolution of archives with data protection, large quantities of computer printout lists, other security-related material, for example from the banking sector, and even pulping of printed materials can be carried out with the VZ1700. The main switch turns on the large-scale shredder, and the start button sets it in motion. Signal lamps for optimum monitoring indicate electronically controlled operating functions. The large feed hopper can hold about 100 kilograms of computer lists, office folders or other documents. A studded conveyor belt continuously pulls the material out of the feed hopper and transports it to the pre-shredder. The high, sturdy studs on the conveyor belt prevent the disposed material from slipping back. The feed hopper can be continuously filled while the conveyor belt is operating. Its low height makes it easy to fill. The key elements of the pre-shredder are the perfectly shaped 30 mm wide cutting discs for the first stage of the shredding process. They can easily deal with full office folders and thick bundles of paper. The performance of the pre-shredder and the feed rate of the conveyor belt are synchronized for maximum compatibility. The coordinated linking of each phase in the shredder's operation is a major contributing factor of the machine's high performance. The pre-shredded material falls out of the pre-shredder directly onto the conveyor belt and then flows to the second, higher security cutting unit. The version VZM17 has a magnetic iron separating drum with a permanent magnet next to the two cutting units. Folder mechanisms, protective corners and other iron and metal parts are forcefully filtered out there. The magnetic iron separator fulfills key tasks. It ensures the shredded material that is destined for recycling doesn't contain any metal parts, and it also protects the security cutting unit from damage from these. The material consisting purely of paper is then passed on towards the subsequent shredder. The feed shaft leading to the security cutting unit effectively prevents any clogging of the consistent flow of material, thus ensuring fault-free continuous operation. Now the documents for disposal have reached the final stage of shredding. Depending on the safety cutting unit selected, the degree of security obtained conforms to level 3 or 2 of the DIN standard 32757 on the shredding of data storage media that have been finished with. The disposal options for the shredded material depend on the individual requirements and the building structure and location. Here, the material is transported out by means of a chain conveyor belt. The transport route operates on a closed system which leads out of the building to a pressing container at some distance from the building. At regular intervals, the pressure ram presses down the paper particles and compresses them for economical transport. The large-scale shredder VZ17 is delivered pre-assembled in only 2 sections. The installation can be transported to the operating site either by a forklift truck or by 2 lifting trucks. Normally, the lifting trucks are sufficient to put the installation in the correct position. Paper naturally creates dust when shredded due to the way the material is treated. To deal with this, these large shredders have a special connection to which a powerful dust extraction device can be added. The VZ17 is an economic alternative to the bulk disposal of data storage media that have been finished with. Its effective technical design guarantees a high capacity, fault-free continuous operation which is simple to maintain.